that Jerry's best friend, Cat VUSIMUZI, is the one who is involved in this
kidnapping case being investigated within the office of the Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Sibiya, because according to them, their information was Mr. Matlala was involved in the kidnapping, and Mr. Matlala is very close to the Deputy National Commissioner. So it is during that meeting that the instruction, in some cases, if not all cases, in the SAPS we work with instructions, not requests, that the team, GCI Ops, must take over this investigation. So during the collection of intelligence as well as information, which also included a lot of digital forensic analysis in terms of video footages, that included a lot of call data analysis, because we had those experts that were there to assist in the Vereeniging case. Now that this case has been made part of this, they were also assisting. So the operation then was termed the search and questioning, because there was evidence, or not evidence, there was intelligence that was confirmed that the victim might be in those particular premises, and delaying that, as I referred to earlier on, that kidnapping is a life and limb situation. Your first objective is to rescue the victim unharmed.
That I know Vusi, I've met Vusi, I know Vusi Matlala's wife. I was once sitting at the same table having lunch with Vusi Matlala's wife.
Wow. Wow. Like when I heard him speak about Jerry Boshoga and the fact that they have intelligence that leads them to go and search and question VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala, which they did on the 6th of December 2024. They didn't find him because they were obviously tipped off, but they found the sheet. They found the sheet that matches the sheets that is in the ransom videos. Did they test DNA on the sheets? I don't know. That was not disclosed by witness. I think it was witness C who spoke about it last week. Now, what is mind-boggling for me right now, first of all, it's almost a year since Jerry Boshoga was kidnapped from a KFC, having been driven there with his brother and telling him to stay in the car. He's going into the KFC to have this business meeting with the business associate. Why they're meeting at KFC is beyond me. Somebody really needed something finger-licking good. And then they came out, and then he told the brother, stay here, I'm coming. We're just going to view a property down the street. And then he was gone. He was gone and gone and gone forever, until he called asking for the ransom of 65 million rands, and the family was not able to pay that, so the ransomers dropped the money down to about, I think, 25 million, and then they dropped it to 10 million. The final number is 10 million, but Jerry, first of all, has never returned home. Those videos of the torturizations that they did to him that were sent, it was played on SABC's Cutting Edge. I obviously cannot play those videos. YouTube will get really upset. YouTube gets very, very upset with those kind of videos. But I encourage you, if you're not of nervous disposition, go and look it up. Cutting Edge, Jerry Boshoga. Watch those videos because it is absolutely scary. And I think it just highlights the level of cartel syndicate and dun going on here. This was big, and Jerry Boshoga was being paraded as a great businessman who's a farmer, never did anything wrong, until Cat Matlala says, "Oh, you're kidding. He's into the substances, and the substances that cannot be not into. He's a supplier of the substances. So something went wrong with the substance dealing business, and he got taken." But we can hear from Dumisani Khumalo, General Dumisani Khumalo, him implicating Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, which means the whole substances story. Vusimuzi could be just throwing a loose cannon, so they go on a wild goose chase searching for the substance supplier who's upset with Jerry Boshoga. But here's what here's what General Khumalo said that really surprised me. It really caught me off guard. That they have intelligence that Cat Matlala is the one who did the kidnapping, okay? And they also know that Cat Matlala and Shadrack Sibiya are very close chowmies, okay? They're very close because there's monies that are being exchanged at the Santon townhouse. There's also Sergeant Nkosi who delivers money. And then there's the 2.5 million rands, which Cat Matlala gave Shadrack Sibiya for the purchase of his plot, where the impalas died. I don't know if they died at that plot or at another one, because he has multiple properties. I mean, if you have all these Mgulagutas paying you all this money in cash, you've got to clean it up, right? You got to wash it. You got to money launder it. But anyway, we're not there. Everything is alleged. But Dumisani Khumalo says, this is the crime intelligence. No, not crime intelligence. Crime detection. Shadrack Sibiya is head of Crime Detection Office. He's the Deputy National Commissioner, and he's also close friends with Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, whose hands are not very clean. And Vusimuzi Cat Matlala is being implicated in Jerry Boshoga's kidnapping. Is Jerry even still alive? I regret to even say that out loud. But the reality is, it's been a year and there's been no additional updates, well, at least to us members of the public jury. But going back, this is heartbreaking. I cannot imagine family members who were watching yesterday and hearing those revelations. Is there any hope for Jerry? Let me know in the comment section down below. But let's continue listening on to what else General Khumalo throws at us. This is shocking.
When did you acquire that intelligence that the victim may be at these premises?
It was being acquired as the days were moving towards the 6th, but specifically between the 4th and the 5th. That's when then the information or intelligence was confirmed, which then prompted us to plan that operation so as then we achieve the main objective of rescuing the victim. And if I'm not mistaken, witness C testified a lot on the specifics that we had in terms of intelligence that day.
Okay.
If that is the case, Vusi, can you be so cruel? Can you be so cruel? And take Jerry.
The interference in the form of defeating the ends of justice in that second operation now comes in the interview that the team had with the subject of investigation, Mr. Matlala, who confirmed and even showed evidence that Sergeant Nkosi told me that you are coming. The first part of that was told me where the place where you were having the briefing. When we go for an operation, we'll have a staging area where we will brief, the final brief before we attend to the target. So the situation reports were going to Mr. Matlala as we are moving on with the operation. So which will be between an hour or 2 hours as we move on. So if you are given the concrete information that the team is having their briefing session in that place, and after that they are coming to your house, and then you have enough time to prepare. Hence, then when the team came, Mr. Matlala confirmed that he was expecting and waiting for them. Looking at that evidence and information.
Sorry, General Kamalo, you mentioned Officer Nkosi. I just want to confirm that that is not the same Nkosi that was giving evidence before the commission, I think yesterday. This is not the warrant officer. This is a Sergeant Nkosi.
That is correct, Commissioners. Maybe I was going to call this one a witness E, if that was the case. This is a Sergeant Nkosi, yes, who is a detective, yes, attached to the office of the Deputy National Commissioner, General Sibiya.
And this is the Sergeant Nkosi that witness C has testified about?
That's correct, Commissioner.
And is this the same Sergeant Nkosi who had the bank card of Mr. Matlala that we saw in those WhatsApp pictures?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Wow, what a heartbreaking account. So Sergeant Nkosi tipped VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala off that they're there and they're coming. They're just still gathering and meeting and doing their whole, crossing their T's and dotting their I's, but they are coming. So why was Jerry and his wife pretending to be in the bedroom asleep, just on a random day, knowing fully well they're on their way? What a disaster. This must be sad to hear for the Boshoga family. But anyway, to clarify, in pictures, this is Warrant Officer Nkosi, Sabelo Nkosi, who is part of the Hawks that was sent by Brigadier Mokoena to go and disrupt the tech down that was happening at KT Molefi's house. This is Sergeant Nkosi, okay? Two different men, okay? Two different WhatsApp groups, and you can see they're two different built men. This is Shadrack Sibiya's ice boy, okay? The one who does his cash errands between VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala, and Nkosi also has VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala's bank card, okay? And he's the one who does the deliberations of the money to Shadrack Sibiya, according to Witness C's version, and also according to Cat Matlala himself as he was singing. But let's continue listening on. I just wanted to clarify in pictures the difference between the two Nkosis. Here goes.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
I should think on the interference paragraphs that are moving from 112 of my affidavit to 124, that is talking to the interference, that I am holding the view of it being the defeating the ends of justice and obstruction. It was really a bad day for the team. We are not people that are happy with a 50% out of 100%. When we do our work, prepare, and we decide to go for a takedown, we want 100%. But the way what I referred to as interference in my affidavit made us not to achieve the 100% that we always strive for. more especially at our second operation then that is related to kidnapping.
Okay, so, and you say that because of this interference by Nkosi, which defeated your operation on that day. And is this, and I need you to just take this further. I want to understand how you fit the sergeant into the picture. You've said before that he is, he's close to General Sibiya.
That is correct, Commissioners.
Why do you say that?
I say he is close, firstly, because officially he is working from his office. And there is evidence that we are still going to lead that will confirm the closeness in terms of the resources that he is utilizing, the official resources that he is utilizing to further the objectives of the cartel instead of the objectives of SAPS to investigate crime.
The question remains the same. Even though they were interfered, Jerry Boshoga is still missing. Where is Jerry Boshoga? It's literally 1 year since he was taken by VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala already, but VUSIMUZI Cat Matlala is in prison for a separate crime, nothing to do with what about Jerry's kidnapping. This is such a heartbreaking account because there's a family that is awaiting Jerry, or have they been informed and we haven't yet? Let me know. This is definitely still a developing story. I will definitely let you know once there's an update, but for me, this doesn't sound good. I hate to be a doubting Thomas, but it's been a year. And the condition that we last saw him in the videos didn't look like he was out having tea with his kidnappers. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. Type hashtag where is Jerry in the comment section down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.